I finished Sakamoto Days last week and I'm just now getting around to talking about it. So, the show is about this assassin who is known as the greatest assassin in the world, or of all time, in Taro Sakamoto. And he is a part of this assassination group called JAA, Japanese or Japan Assassination Association, but he's really a part of a group called the Order, and the Order is consisted of very powerful assassins that if the JAA can't get things done, then the Order is called upon. Sakamoto is a one-man wrecking crew. I mean, he can take out 20 guys by himself, and he has godlike strength, speed, stamina. And so he meets this cashier clerk at this convenience store, falls in love with her. They get married. He gives up being an assassin. They have a kid, and they run this convenience store together. And during his retirement, he gets fat. So that's basically what the show is about. And along the way, they'll meet some new characters, make some new friends. Now, I do have some likes and dislikes, some complaints of the show. Starting with this dislike, but it's also a like as well. I noticed that the show, it has a One Punch Man feel to it. It seems like there are some animes that are going the One Punch Man route where the main protagonist of the show is so ungodly strong that no one can match up to him. Like Mashley. Mashley is pretty much One Punch Man 2.0. He's One Punch Man's long lost son, but he's in a magical world with magic and wands, and it's got a Harry Potter vibe to it. And with this show, it has a One Punch Man feel to it because Sakamoto has, as I mentioned, godlike physical strength, speed, stamina. And I dislike it because you don't really see him try to win. There's not really a doubt in your mind that he's going to lose, no matter how hard his opponents try to beat him. Like this one guy, I think his name is Boiled. He's throwing these ball bombs at him, or these candy bombs at him, and it looks like he's getting the upper hand on him. He ends up beating Sakamoto so bad that his blubber gets evaporated and he's back to his normal size before he got so fat. But when his blubber comes off, it's like his freaking strength that was sealed away by his fatness is unleashed, and he just goes berserk on his opponent. That happened a second time in the show where he just went fucking berserk. So you'll see Sakamoto not be in real danger. Now, on the other hand, I do kind of like it because you want to see how he's able to beat his opponents, and he does it in the most unrealistic ways, like Saitama and Mashley. This one guy has a gun so close to his head, like just a few inches away from his head, and he blocks it with a fork. And I even googled that to see if that's even fucking possible, and it's not. And he's facing these two assassins that has these samurai swords, and he's defending himself with cooking ware or kitchenware. So there is some entertainment value in it, and seeing a OP character, as people say nowadays, being so strong that you want to see how he's able to win and come out on top. I do like the humor. It can be funny at times. There was a couple times during the show where it kind of made me laugh. The last anime that I finished, and I think the last anime that I talked about on here was Rurouni Kenshin, the remake. And I still haven't watched season 2 yet, but I watched season 1, and I complained about the dialogue and how the dialogue is so cheesy. Like, oh, I will not kill ever again. I'm a wandering samurai who has sworn and taken a vow and an oath to protect the innocent with my sword rather than harm the innocent with my blade. Kenshin's not like that. He'll never cross over to your side. You asshole. He didn't say... They don't say asshole, but it would be nice if they dropped in a swear word. The dialogue in Rurouni Kenshin is very corny. And watching Sakamoto, it was really refreshing to not get that cringy ass dialogue that you typically get in anime. I feel like I'm talking too close to the damn mic. Why don't I just back up here? Or maybe the gains too. Alright. Is that better? What the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, the cringy dialogue. It was nice to not get that 10-year-old cringy ass dialogue. At the end of one episode, two of the characters named Shin and Lu had this little back and forth where Lu calls Shin a shithead, and Shin is like, "What you call me?" And Lu says, "Would you rather me call dipshit?" And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's the dialogue that I would like to see more of in anime. You know, if you're gonna have animes where people are getting chopped up and decapitated, then you can't have that bullshit dialogue that's for a 10-year-old. I want dialogue where it feels like adults are speaking. And since I'm talking about the characters, let's go into the characters. As far as the main five, as I like to put them, Sakamoto, Shin, Lu, his wife Aoe, and his daughter Hana. It feels like this show mainly focuses on Sakamoto and Shin for the most part. When it comes to fighting and saving the day, Lu is a fighter as well, but she kind of gets forgotten at times. She has her moments, but she does feel forgotten at times, and it's almost as if Shin and Sakamoto are the main ones doing the fighting and saving the day. There was one episode where Shin took on an assassin by himself, although Sakamoto helped him, but he took charge and got rid of the assassin, while Lu was stuck on a roller coaster, screaming at the top of her lungs, wanting to get off. Sakamoto's wife, I like their relationship. It's not necessarily a normal relationship because he's an assassin and he has assassins coming after him, or a former assassin with godlike strength, and he has assassins coming after him. Like Saitama and MASH, they don't really show emotion. Sakamoto does show some emotion. He gets upset if his daughter is upset, and freak out if his wife is upset, and he gets scared when she threatens to leave him because she doesn't want him to kill anymore. And so she'll threaten to hit him with a divorce, and he'll get scared and freak out, which is kind of hilarious because he loves her, but he should also be scared because she could take everything that he has, including the kid. And they have these family rules which aren't really weird or out of the ordinary rules. They're just rules that any normal family would follow, like don't kill anybody, don't lie to me, don't cheat on me, don't touch my stuff, right? There is a normal family aspect to Sakamoto and his new life. And to touch on Shin, I really like Shin. I think the humor of the show really comes from him. Usually when I was laughing, it was because of Shin. And he is a clairvoyant, so he can read people's minds. And he came from a lab to where the scientist was doing some experiments on him, and he ended up getting his powers because of the scientist. But he was reading people's minds and saying people's thoughts out loud that they shunned him, and he ran away and left. But yeah, the main protagonists aren't terrible. As far as the villains are concerned, there's one villain that goes by Slur or X. That's what the other assassins call him. He put a $1 billion bounty on Sakamoto's head, or $10 billion bounty on Sakamoto's head, and the other assassins are trying to get rid of him. They don't really do a good job of protecting his identity. Like, they're trying to make him this mysterious dark figure and not show his face, but in the intro of the anime they kind of do show half of his face. That's another problem that I have with animes, that the intros to the show usually give away what's going to happen and who's going to show up in the show. You'll see like the entire cast of characters running or flying across the screen, and you'll notice one character who you haven't even seen is like, oh, who's that? I guess that person is going to show up at some point. So the surprise aspect is pretty much gone. Okay, so now for the complaints. My complaints with this show is the fact that the assassin's strength, it seems like every assassin, the assassin's strength, the assassin's abilities, there you go, the assassin's abilities aren't really explained. Seems like every assassin has like great physical abilities, and it's never really explained how they got to be so strong. And especially when it comes to Sakamoto, where he is just One Punch Man and Mash Blade. What would Sakamoto be like? One Punch Man 3.0, right? Did he take a play out of Saitama's book and do a bunch of push-ups and squats every day while still learning how to shoot a pistol? The abilities of these characters aren't explained. And there's a freaking assassin academy that's about as big as the University of Georgia college campus. So that hides the fact that there are assassins in Japan because you have this big ass academy and it's kind of like a school for assassins. So that kills the mysterious aspect of an assassin because people know that there are assassins running around. And so, all in all, I would recommend this show to people. I think it's a good show. I give it a 7 out of 10. No, I give it an 8 out of 10. Oh, and there's constant action. I forgot to mention that. There's action in every single episode, and I think the fights overall are pretty good. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And season 2 is right around the corner. It's not too far. It starts in July. I would recommend this to people to watch. So go watch it.